Hey guys, it's Audra from StyleAssisted and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a very quick, very simple complexion rescue tutorial. You guys have asked about the BareMinerals Complexion Rescue, asked what I thought about it, wanted to see a tutorial, so I filmed it for you. Now, this look is a very simple, very basic, very easy, very fast tutorial because I figure when you're using a tinted moisturizer, you're not really in the mood for a full-on, massive routine in the morning. This is really easy. This is my go-to in the wintertime because my skin does get drier in the wintertime. This stuff is unparalleled in its awesomeness. So I hope you guys like it. Stick around if you want to see this finished look. Okay, so as you guys can see, my hair is back. I have no makeup on my face. I'm pretty shiny because I tried not to moisturize, but my skin tries to get oily very quickly. So I'm going to go in with this. I do not moisturize when I'm going to use this as my foundation because it has moisturizer in it. So if you moisturize and then use this, if you have oily skin, it's gonna slide right off. If you have super dry skin, try this by itself and see if that works. If not, use a moisturizer and then use this on top of it. But I have the shade Opal, which is of course the lightest shade that they make because you know that's how I roll. Okay, I'm doing this as easy as possible, i.e. zero brushes, applicators, etc. Okay, I put this much on my fingers, rub it together, dab it everywhere on my face, and then just rub it in. Of course you can use a beauty blender, and you can use a makeup sponge that's not a beauty blender, or you can use a brush or any other kind of applicator of your choice. I just wanted to show you guys kind of the easy, fast method. Now, the reason that I love this stuff is because it gives coverage, but not a lot. So if I'm having really sensitive, irritable skin, I typically won't use this to go out for pictures. But I do use this for sort of a daily, my skin hates me, it needs more moisture, I need a little bit of color. It's more tinted than a regular tinting moisturizer. It's called a tinting hydrating gel cream, and it's supposed to do a ton of different things. I'll list all the benefits below. But basically, they even tell you to apply with clean fingertips, and that is key. Always use clean fingertips. So, as you can tell, it evened out a lot of my skin tone, but not in the areas where I have any sort of blemishes. So, I'm going to use my NARS Creamy Concealer in the shade Chantilly, as always. And I'm not going to do a full, like, contoured and structured out face like I normally do for you guys, because I am just going to do a bare minimum in and out of the house very quickly look. So you just dab underneath your eyes, and you never want to swipe when you're working with under eyes at all because it messes with your really delicate under eye skin, and dabbing works perfectly to distribute the product evenly. I use either my middle fingers or my ring fingers because you tend to be a little more aggressive with your pointers. I don't know why that is. And I do the same with other areas. So if you do have a lot of redness, what I recommend doing is sort of dab the concealer right on top of the zit and then blend out around it, because if you keep blending, it's just going to move that off of your redness. So see, I kind of dabbed the top of where the main redness is and then just sort of pulled the product away from it. I always do around my nose because I have constant redness. I have forever. It has been the bane of my existence. It is what it is. And then I always do a little bit on the tip of my nose because it tends to get red, and then I look like a clown. Even as the day goes on, that always happens. Sometimes the corners of my mouth get a little red, so you can apply a little there. That's it. Okay, now I'm going to use one of my favorite eyeliner techniques ever. This is the Bobbi Brown Longwear Gel Eyeliner in Dark Chocolate Ink. It's color 32. And I'm using this tiny flat brush, so it's flat and then skinny on the other side. Don't use a round brush because then you can't put it as precisely as you want it in an area, and I just get a tiny bit. As you guys can see, I've had this sucker forever and there's still a ton of it left. So what I do is I take the flat side, like the wide side, stick it on the corner of my eye, dab it out a little bit and then pull it in, and then just sort of push it into my lash line. This is a really good way to add a little bit of definition and interest to the outside of your eye, but not doing a full smoky eye, because that requires a lot of effort, and it's not like you can wear a smoky eye and then like sweats. This is just a little bit of oomph without a ton of effort. And I only do my outer corners. I don't go all the way in. You can go all the way on the top of your eye, but if you want your eyes to look bigger, don't put anything underneath your eye whatsoever. You can use a tiny bit of a very light colored mascara. Clinique, their bottom lash mascara is fantastic, and there are a couple other brands that have come out with a bottom lash mascara. The reason it's good is because it has a tiny little brush and it's a lighter formula. You don't ever want black on your lower eyelashes unless you're doing a gigantic smoky eye. You always want either a brown or a brown black on your lower lashes. But so this I just do on the top, and I just sort of blend it in a little bit. I don't go any further in than the pupil of my eye. So if you look at your pupil and then sort of go straight up, I don't go any further in than that. And I just sort of blend, and it just opens up your eyes a tiny bit. You can do more. I'm doing minimalistic right now. And like I said, I love this. Clinique makes one, e.l.f. makes some, Revlon makes a really, really good, almost dupe. It doesn't stay on quite as long as the Bobbi Brown, but it's like a third of the price. So if you're new to gel eyeliner and you don't want to spend a ton of money, I would definitely do the Revlon instead of the Bobbi Brown. But I love the Bobbi Brown, and it does stay put all day long for me, which is a miracle. And then last but not least, if I was going to put on mascara, I would put on my L'Oreal Voluminous? Why was I saying voluminous? Really, Adriel? The Voluminous. I always do Carbon Black. This is actually the Black Brown. Yes, Black Brown gives it a little bit more of a natural look than the Carbon Black, but I like L'Oreal better than the Chanel, the YSL, the everything that I've ever tried. I always come back to this. I've used this since high school, tried and true, has not let me down. And you're supposed to replace your mascara every like 3 months. 3 or 6. I think it's 3, maybe 6. Anyway, you're supposed to replace your mascara all the time. I even have the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, and I like that a lot, but it's basically the same thing as this, and this is not nearly as expensive. So save yourself the drama of spending more money on mascara and just buy this. Not sponsored. I just love it. Okay, so if you want a cheek color, you can do a little bit of cheek color. If you want any highlighter, you can do a little highlighter. This is the Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter, and it is in the shade Radiant Lights. This sucker was like $3. $3. I did not stutter. You can get it at Ulta. It's fantastic. And sometimes I add, since this is a very glowy look, I use this right underneath my eye, top of the cheekbone, just to give you a little color. But I don't typically set this because you're going for a glowy look, and if you set it with powder, then you sort of defeat the purpose of the glowy look. So this is it. Like I said, you could add a little blush on either right here on the apples or right outside of the apples of your cheeks. You could do a nude lip color. My favorite nude lip color is this shade from NARS. I've loved it for years. It is my favorite. It's in the shade Cruising, and it is literally the perfect nude I've ever found in my entire life. I still try to find drugstore options here and there, but I keep coming. This is like my 3rd or 4th tube that I just love it. So anyway, this is the finished look. Super easy, non-complicated, which is sort of what you want when you're doing a tinted moisturizer. Alright guys, I hope this has helped you. I tried to keep it really, really simple and easy because when you're using a tinted moisturizer, that's kind of what you want. This was a requested tutorial, so I hope this has helped you guys. If you have any questions, leave them below. As always, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram at StyleAssisted. My Snapchat is at AdrielPage, and I'm on it screwing around on a daily basis if you guys want to see more of a vlogging aspect of my life. I don't vlog, I just Snapchat. Yes, I could do Instagram stories, but I just don't mess with it yet. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it so that I know to make more videos like this. And as always, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!